All right, extra practice on Hoy and Vux. Hoy and Vux are just some anagrams that I made up, I don't know, when I was a student teacher or something, just to kind of group certain things together. And the Hoy stands for horizontal line. The O in Hoy is actually a zero, which is the slope of the line of a horizontal line. And the Y part of it has nothing to do with the axis. It's the equation of the line. Like y equals a number, like y equals 2, y equals -6. So if I have this situation, I have a horizontal line. I say, what's the equation of that line? 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, it'd be like y equals 5. There's no x's. It's not like y equals 2x plus 5 or y equals 1/3 x minus 6 or something, because if there's x's and y's in it, it's diagonal, like that, or like this. If it's perfectly horizontal or perfectly vertical, that's what the next one is, then it's this kind of these special situations. So for Vux, if I use red here, vertical line, okay, vertical line, the slope of that vertical line is undefined. If you try to do rise over run, you get a 0 on the bottom of the fraction. And then x equals a number is the equation of that line. So if I said, what's the equation of this line? 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd say x equals 4. Now I understand the x-axis is here, which is horizontal, but the equation of x equals a number is vertical, and that might be confusing. The y-axis itself goes up and down, but the equation of a vertical line is x equals a number. The equation of a y line is a Hoy line, is a horizontal line, is y equals a number. So they're kind of switched, so don't get those too confused. Now you should have this written down or like in your head somewhere. Okay, so you know, like Chips Ahoy or somehow to memorize that Hoy is grouped together and Vux is grouped together. And then with that in your head, you can do problems like these. Okay, so I'll just kind of fly through these because these are pretty quick. Some of them are. And I'll do the work over here in this box. What is the equation? Just number one. The equation of a vertical line. So right away I'm thinking Vux passing through 2, 9. Okay. Now this is x comma y. It's always alphabetical. X, y. So if it's vertical, the equation, and make sure I'm not asking for the slope. I'm asking for the equation. The equation would be x equals a number. Well, what's the number? Well, let's look at the order pair. Right there, 2. That's it. X equals 2 is the equation of that vertical line passing through that point. All right, let's go on to number 2. Slope, not equation, but slope of a line parallel to the x-axis. Okay, I would draw a little picture here. Here's the x-axis. And parallel to that line is the same like this, same left and right. That happens to be a horizontal line. So what's the equation of a horizontal? Oh, they asked for the slope, not the equation. The slope then is right there, the 0. So 0 is the answer for this one. Okay. Number 3. Maybe I'll slide this up again. What is the equation of a line perpendicular to the x-axis passing through a certain point? Well, another sketch here probably would help. All right, where am I? X-axis right here. Equation, I'll probably circle that to make sure I'm looking for an equation, not the slope in this particular case. Perpendicular to the x-axis. Okay, so I'm just going to figure that the x-axis goes this way. Perpendicular then goes up and down. So it's going to be some vertical line. Since it's a vertical line, and I'm looking for an equation, I'm looking for x equals a number. Okay, so I just have to fill in the number. Then I say it passes through a certain point. Well, this is x comma y. So there's my x, it's -3. There's my equation. Now the actual line itself, -3, 5 is over here. So the line would actually be on the left side of that y-axis, not the right side like I had drawn. All right, so that's 3. Oops. Let's erase that stuff. Go on to number 4. What is the slope of a line perpendicular to the y-axis? Maybe we can draw a picture over here. Okay, so there's my y-axis. Perpendicular to that, and again, slope I'm looking for in this case, not equation. So perpendicular to the y-axis goes this way. Happens to be a Hoy line, or a horizontal line. And I'm looking for the slope. Right there, the answer is 0. If I would have asked for the equation of a line passing through a certain point, then I'd write y equals whatever that number was. All right. And again, I'm kind of going through these really fast, so if I screw up somewhere, please let me know in class and I'll fix this quick. And what is the slope of a line parallel to the line x equals 5? So it says the line, it should probably say a line. Of the line. It's just a whole bunch of lines that are parallel to this. So, but the slope of any of those lines is the same slope. So parallel to x equals 5. If now you don't really have to draw this one because it's just kind of common sense, I think, but x equals 5 is a vertical line at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go on x. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go 5 out to x. Draw your vertical line. That's the equation, or that's the line for x equals 5. Now I want a line parallel to this, so it's any of these lines going up and down like this. And I only want the slope of it. Well, the slope of a vertical line is right there. So it's it's undefined. And I need you to write the word undefined. Get that in your head. I've heard some creative answers that start with the letter U, but they're not undefined. But it's got to be undefined. And number 6. Slope of a line perpendicular to that line. Well, a line x equals -7 goes this way. Perpendicular to that goes this way. That's a horizontal line. So I'm looking at this, and are they asking for a slope or an equation? They're asking for slope. The slope is simply 0. If they ask for an equation, you'd write y equals some number. That's pretty quick. 7. What is the slope of a line perpendicular to this line? All right, y equals 10 is a horizontal line. Perpendicular to that line is a vertical line. And they want to know what is the slope of that line, not the equation of the line. The slope is that u right there. So that's undefined. Once again, perpendicular to a horizontal line. Yep, that makes sense. And number 8, equation of the x-axis. Oh, that's interesting. X-axis, y-axis. The x-axis itself is a horizontal line, isn't it? It's a horizontal line, so I'm thinking Hoy. The equation of a horizontal line is y equals a number. Well, what's the number? What's the height? What's the y value on this line? It's just plain 0. Like if you pick any point on there, like 5, 0. How about this one? 10, 0. Or this one, -1 or -2, 0. No matter what you pick on that line, notice all of these y values are zeros. That's why that's the equation of a horizontal line. And the other one, x-axis, for the same reason, it's just the opposite direction. Okay, did I say x-axis? Y-axis. The y-axis is vertical. So if x equals a number for the equation of the line. What's the number? Because it passes through 0 every time. Okay, so it's like saying, that's pretty sloppy. I have a perfectly straight line going up and down. And we have any point on there like 0 to the right, 7 up, let's say. 0 to the right, 2 up. Get the idea? Everything on this y-axis has an x value of 0. That's why our equation is x equals 0. And I think that's all I have for you for right now. Any other questions about Hoy and VUX? Just let me know in class. Thanks.